सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ इत्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ॐ इति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् page 348. तं चेद् ब्रूयुः यदिदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरोऽस्मिन् अन्तराकाशः किं तदत्र विद्यते यदन्वेष्टव्यम् यद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यमिति स ब्रूयात् यावान् वा अयमाकाशः तावानेषो अन्तर्दय आकाशः उभे अस्मिन् द्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरेव समाहिते उभावग्निश्च वायुश्च सूर्याचन्द्रमसा उभौ विद्युन्नक्षत्राणि यच्चास्त्येहास्ति यच्च नास्ति सर्वं तत् अस्मिन् समाहितमिति। तं चेत् ब्रूयुः Antyavasinah. In case the disciples living with the teacher, in case they ask, Idam Asmin Brahmapure Dharam Pundarikam Veshma, O Venerable Sir, in this body which is called Brahmapuram, the city of Brahma, there is a small lotus-like space or lotus-like dwelling, namely heart. Dhara Asmin Antarakasha. And within that lotus of the heart, there is the even smaller akasha, the space. Kim tadatra vidyate yadanvishtavyam. What can there be there? It's not what is there. What can there be there, which has to be investigated, has to be known, meaning that we don't think anything can be there. Yadi nama badarmatram kinchidakimya vidyate. In case you say that something very small within that space does exist, some entity. Kim tadatra vidyate yadanveshtabhyam. In that also, what is there to be known? What is to be investigated? What is to be known? Kim vijignasamiti. So the first question, there is a denial, that anything can exist. And second, in case something exists, it would be so insignificant that it would not warrant our investigation and realization. Sadbhuya, then the teacher should answer those disciples. Yavanda ayam akasha. So, you think that the space within the lotus is smaller than lotus. In that sense, I did not say that. Then, what was the intention? Yavanda ayam akasha. As vast as this space, elemental space is, Tavanisha antarudaya akasha. So vast is the space within the heart. So question is, why do you think that what is within that lotus is small or insignificant? You think that the space inherently is limited? Is that what you are asking? Or the space appears to be limited because of the upadhi or limiting adjunct of the heart? Why do you think it is small? Not worthwhile to know about? Then the point is that Pundarikam Alpam, it is true that the heart is small. Tad anuvidhai tasavantahkaranam. But there is this mind which has its location in the heart, which is as though the same shape as the space in the heart. And tasmin vishuddhe, in that antahkaram which is pure, so yoginam brahma upalabhyate. The yogis realize Brahman as their own self. What's the nature of Brahman? Vijnana jyoti swarup avhasam. Brahman, that is the Vijnana jyoti of the light of consciousness, avhasam, like the reflected consciousness. That's how they see it in the heart. And from that they know that Brahman is their own self. So in that sense we said that Dahara asmin tanakashe devochama. So from that standpoint we said that there is an akasha which is smaller than the lotus, but then it is not small in itself. It's because it reflects, and since the reflection is limited by the reflecting medium, from that standpoint we said that the antaraka, the akasha, is smaller than the lotus. So tastu yavanvi prasiddha parimanat ayam akasha. What is inherent nature of that space which is within the heart? So tastu by itself. Yavanvi prasiddha parimanat ayam akasha. As vast as this akasha, elemental space, is. Tavan isha antarudaya akasha. So vast is the space within the heart. Yasmin anveshtavyam vijignasavyam chavasana. So when we say that what exists or what obtains in that space is to be known, we meant not the small space is as vast as this one. In fact, napi akasdulya parimanatvam abhipretya tavan. In fact, when we say that the space within the heart is as vast as the outside space, we do not mean that the outside space can really represent the vastness of the space within the heart. Meaning that even akasha also is not adequate to describe the vastness of Brahman which is in the heart. then why do you say that that space within the heart is as vast as this space? Brahmana anurupasya drishtantantara abhavat drishtantantarasya abhavat. Because we do not find any other illustration other than space, we do not find to be able to give you the idea of what Brahman is. Katham punah na akasamayo brahma iti avagamyate. But Shruti says, the teacher says, that even though we say that the space within the heart is as vast as this space, we do not mean that this space, the vastness also can really describe the vastness of Brahman. Why? Because Shruti says it is as vast. So why can we not take it literally? Yenavratam khamcha disham divam mahim cha. See, Upanishad says that Yenavratam Mahanarana Upanishad. What is that space? What is Brahman? Yena kham divam mahim cha avratam. That is envelops the three words, namely Mahi, the Prithvi, Kham, the space, and Divam, the heaven. That envelops all the three words. Tasmadva, etasmad, atmana. So even what we call Kham, the space. So this space which we presented as a comparison, illustration, is in fact enveloped by Brahman. So what envelops naturally is greater than what is enveloped? Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasa sambhuta. Further, Taittiriya Upanishad says that this self, which is that Brahman, from that emerged space. So Brahman or Atma is a cause, and cause is always vaster than the effect. Etasmin khalu akshare gargi akasha otasya protasya. He gargi, in this akshara, meaning in this immutable, the akasha, which akasha? Even the vyakritam. So in this Brahman, it's called aksharam, immutable. Even the vyakrita akasha, even the unmanifest or the undifferentiated cause of the whole universe also is located, is contained. In that avyakrita akasha is located this akasha. So this elemental space has its being in the causal space, avyakrita akasha, and that has its being in Brahman. And how vast Brahman would be? So that is what the other Shrutis say. So how do we interpret this Shruti? That's the whole idea here. This Shruti seems to say that, in the literally, that the space within the heart is Brahman, is as vast as the elemental space. So it says. Therefore Bhashyakara had to raise this question, to clarify that, in order to be consistent with other Shrutis, we would accept that even though this Shruti seems to say that the space is, Brahman is similar to space, it cannot be. Brahman is much, much bigger. But then why does Shruti then say that? Because we do not find any illustration, suitable illustration to describe to give you an idea of vastness of Brahman. So not only the space is contained, kincho me, dyava prithvi, brahma akashe, samahide. Even the heaven and the earth also are contained within the akasha called Brahma. Buddhi, so buddhi upadi vishiste. Because this is the prasanga or the occasion of meditation, which is to perform in the buddhi. Therefore, in Brahman, which is buddhi upadi, which is qualified by buddhi, meditated upon the buddhi, in that the heaven and the earth are contained. Yathavai araha nabhaviti uktami. In the Bhuma Vidya context, while describing prana, so Bhuman is of course something that transcends the prana. But prana itself is described as that in which the whole universe is fixed like the spokes are fixed in a hub. Tatha ubhau agnischa vayuscha, etc. All of these Surya Chandramaso, Vidyun Nakshatrani, all of these are contained. Yachasya asti, yachanasti, and whatever this person has, which he can call his, and whatever it is which he cannot call his, that's the idea. So whatever there is which he can call his, and whatever it is that he does not call his, that includes everything. All of that also is contained here. Alright then, now continuing on the page 351. So Narendra Puri does not give anything new points, so we are not reading them. Looking at Anandgiri. Ashrayanasad Ashridanasasyadyadi nyayam ashritya shankare. So these questions are presented to clarify what is the nature of Brahman, because Brahman is to be meditated upon, and so the one who meditates must have a very clear idea of what is meditating upon. So that jnanam, knowledge is required for dhyana, for meditation. Though these questions are raised and clarifications given to give us the clarity of what is the nature of Brahman, which is to be meditated upon. So a simple rule, or what we observe in a day-to-day life is Ashraya nashat ashrita nasha. When ashraya, what sustains, what contains, is destroyed, then ashrita, what is contained, also gets destroyed. If the house gets burned, then whatever is within the house also gets burned. So similarly also, Brahman is the container, ashraya, because etasmin samahitam, all of these is contained in Brahman, located in Brahman. So Brahman is like the container which contains the entire universe and consisting of the three worlds and whatever you can think of. So if Ashraya Nashat, or rather the other way around, that Brahman is described as the Antarakasha, the space within the lotus of the heart. So the lotus becomes the Ashraya of space which is within lotus, Ashrit. Container and contain. So when the container is destroyed, the contain also gets destroyed. That is our general understanding. So what happens if that lotus of the heart gets destroyed? And when would that get destroyed? The body contains the lotus of the heart, and that contains the space, and that contains Brahman. The body gets destroyed, and the lotus will be destroyed, and the space will be destroyed, and Brahman will be destroyed. Iti ashritya. So this general observation that we have, based on that, this question is raised here. Tam chediti. So next passage says, or similarly, okay, chediti is, so let's read the passage. Tam ched bruyuho asmimsched idam brahmapure sarvam samahitam sarvani ca bhutani sarve ca kamaha yadaitat jaravapnote pradhamsate va kim tato tishishyate ide. Tam ched bruyuhu, again, if the disciples ask the teacher, Asmin Brahmapure idam sarvam samayasa idam, so Asmin Brahmapure, in this Brahmapuri, the city of Brahman, which is his body, all the space, idam sarvam samahitam, all of this is contained or located or supported in the space within the lotus, in Brahman. So what is Brahmapuram? So far, the meaning of Brahmapura was the body, but in the body there is a lotus, in that there is a space, in that everything is contained. So, idam sarvam samahitam, all of this is contained, located. Sarvani cha bhutani, and all the beings also are contained in that. Sarve cha kamaha, and all desires are also contained in that. Yada etat jarava apnoti. If the old age or decrepitude may take over this body, that is, body may become so old and infirm. Pradvamsadeva, or because of accident or whatever reason, that this body dies, let's say. Kim tata atishishyadeti. Then the body is a container. If the container either becomes old, then what is contained should also become old. If the body dies, then what is contained also should die. Is it not so? So that's the question here. So Bhashyakara says, Tam chet eva muktavantam bruyuhu punaha antevasinaha asminschet yathokte chet yadi brahmapuropalakshita antarakashe ityarthah. Evam muktavantam acharyam. So Acharya, the teacher, who just replied like this, that the space also cannot really describe its vastness. So then the teacher replied in this manner again, Tam chet bruyuhu, punaha bruyuhu, again, antevasina, again those disciples living with the teacher, should they ask, Asmim chet, means yathokte chet, yadi brahmapure, asmin brahmapure. Asmin yathokte brahmapura, that is described. What is Brahmapuram? The city of Brahman. So Bhashyakara is a Brahmapura upalakshita antarakashe. Even though Brahmapuram was described as body, because this body contains a lotus of the heart, which is the dwelling place of Brahman. And therefore, so body was described as this city, and the heart was described like the palace. But here it says, by the word Brahmapura here, we should not mean the body. Brahmapura upalakshita antarakashe. So what is implied by the word Brahmapura is not the body, not even the lotus of the heart, the space within the heart. So the Tika says in line 28, Yadyapi puram brahmapuram iti sharira muktam. It is true that earlier, when the Shruti used the word Brahmapuram, it was meant Brahmana Puram, the city of Brahman, which is this body, it's a human body. Tathapi, still, here in this context, Sarvam Samahitamidi Anuvadavakyavalat. So, here it says, Idam Sarvam Samahitam. See, earlier also, this was said there, if you look at the page number 349, then there also the last words were Sarvam Tat Asmin Samahitamiti. Asmin Brahmani Tat Sarvam Samahitam. All of this is located. The same words are repeated here. Idam Sarvam Samahitam. It is called Anuvada. Iti Anuvada Vakya Balat. Meaning that what is referred to by Brahmapuri is the same as what was referred earlier in the passage. Because earlier what was called that space within this, the Antarakas, the space within a lotus, was described as that in which everything is contained. And here Brahmapura is described as that in which everything is contained. You see? Earlier, the space within the heart was described as that which contains everything. In this passage, Brahmapuram is described as that which contains everything. So Bhashyakara says that the word Brahmapura here should mean the space within the heart. So Anuvada Vakyapalat Etat Satyam Brahmapurati Vakya Sheshacha. Again, Brahmapuram that is described in this passage is further qualified in the next passage. Next is fifth passage. See the first line. Etat Satyam Brahmapuram. So this Brahmapuram is qualified as Satyam, as real. So this Brahmapuram should have these two qualifications. One, that it contains everything, all the three worlds. And secondly, it is Brahmapuram that is real and not unreal. This body cannot in fact qualify to be called Brahmapuram in that sense because it doesn't contain everything, nor it is real. Vakya Sheshacha Tena Shabdena Tadgatam Dharakasam Lakshate. Therefore, by the word Brahmapura, we should understand that which contains everything and that which is real, and that is Brahman itself, which is called Dharakasa, or the space within the lotus. So Bhashyakara said, Brahmapuro Pavakshita Antarakasha Ityartha. So, in the space within the lotus which is Brahman, all of this is contained. Then Bhashyakara says, Idam sarvam samahitam sarvani cha bhutani sarve cha kamaha. Same verse used in the Shruti. So, Asmin Brahmapure Idam sarvam samahitam. All of this is contained or located. Sarvani cha bhutani, and all the beings also. Sarve cha kamaha, and all the desires also. So Anandagiri says, Shishyanam adhik avapam dosham asankade. So Shishyas are asking that all of this is contained, all the beings as well as all the desires. Where did you get desires? Because earlier passage did not mention desires. It mentioned all of this, but the desires was not mentioned. And the disciples are asking. So therefore, Adhik avapam dosham asankade. They include more than what was stated by the teacher earlier. That is not right. So dosham asankade kathamiti, so Bhashyakara says. Same thing other tika also. Ubhe asmin ityadi vakye kamanam anuktehe. So this is in continuation to the previous passage. Previous passage described what all is contained. It said, Ubhe asmin dyava prithvi antareva samayate uho agnischa vayuscha surya chandramasa uho vidyun nakshatrana, etc. And what this fellow has and what he doesn't have. They did not mention kama. So how do the disciples presume that kamas or the desires are also contained in that Brahman? Kamanam yadat anuvado na sambhavati. So what the disciples are asking is what was said in the earlier passage. That, sir, you said that within the space which is Brahman, all of this is contained, and also the kamas, which the teacher did not say. So how the disciples say, you said this, I didn't say that. Very often people ask questions, you said this in the class, I didn't say that. And so here also they say, and all the desires are contained, teacher can ask, where did you get this? Tadanuvado na sambhavati, in as much as what the disciples are asking is anuvada, is reiteration of what the teacher has said earlier. If they are reiterating, then they should not include more than what the teacher has said. So Bhashyakara says, Kathamidi, Katham Acharyena Anuktaha Kamaha Andevasibhi Uchyante. See, this is Bhashyakara, who is very precise, who doesn't indulge into any extra discussions or words. At the same time, make sure that no point is left out, which is required for understanding the Shruti. That's all. So Bhashyakara's job is to explain the Shruti, the intent of the Shruti, the purport of the Shruti, Tatparya of the Shruti. And in that, whatever is required, it discusses, including Purva Paksha Siddhanta, if it is required. Nothing more than that. So here also, in what the disciples are saying, somebody can raise this question as to how come they are mentioning more than what the teacher mentioned. So that question is raised. Katham Acharyena Anuktaha Kamaha. That when the Acharya in the previous passage described what all is contained in that Dharakasha, in the space, he did not talk about Kamaha, Anuktaha, the desires were not mentioned by the teacher. Then Antevasi Uchyante, then why do the Antevasi, the disciples, why do they presume that he said it? Shankitam dosham pariharati. So this is dosha. What is the dosha? That they are including more than what was told by the teacher. And there is no way of knowing. The point is, when can you ask about something? When you have general knowledge. When can you ask as to whether the desires are contained? If you have the general knowledge, the desires also are there. But when there is no scope for them to have that knowledge, how can the disciples think that kamas are also intended by the teacher? Meaning that is there some indication in what the teacher said which made the disciples think that the kamas or desires are also included? Is there such an indication? So to point out that indication is the purpose of this question. So Bhashyakara says, Naisha dosha. This dosha, what's the dosha? The defect of including something that is not stated is not there. Because the people are, if they are not properly thinking, if they ask questions which is not well thought out, then we may not give seriousness to that question also. These fellows don't know. They don't have discipline, they're not listening properly, they don't grasp properly, and then they're asking questions. So if the teacher is already saying and still you ask, that means that there is some problem in you. So when Arjuna says, Jayasi jet karmaste mata buddhirjanadana, oh Lord, you are saying that the knowledge is superior to action. No, that is what he understood from what Lord Krishna said. And so then Lord Krishna had to clarify what he said. Here also, if necessary, teacher would have clarified, but that clarification is not needed because teacher had included it in a way. So Bhashyakara says, Yachasya ihaste, yachanaste, ide, ukta eva, hi, acharyena kamaha. Remember, teacher said that the space within the lotus also contains whatever this person has and whatever he does not have. So desires is one of the things that he has. So whatever he has, that includes desires also. So that way, even though the teacher did not specifically mention desires, from what the teacher said, one can conclude that the desires are also included in that. And then further, apicha sarvashabdena cha uktaha eva kamaha. So that is anuvada. Sarvam tadasmin samahitam, the teacher said, and idam brahmapure sarvam samahitam, the disciples also reiterated. So sarvam should include everything, including the kamas or the desires. Apicha sarva shabdena kama uktaha eva. So the teacher also used the word sarva, disciples also use the word sarvam, and it includes sarvam, including all the desires also. Says Anandagiri, sarvam tadasmin samahidam idyatra sarva shabdena, both in the previous passage as well as in this passage. Shishyanam adhik avapam dosham parihritya prakritam chodyam vivrinate. So this was a little bit of diversion. Shishyanam adhik avapam dosham parihritya. So Shishyas were including more than what was stated. It looked at at the first sight, it looked as though the disciples had included something that the teacher has not intended. Says no, what the disciples say can be understood as from what is intended by the teacher, so that dosha is not there. So parihritya. In case this doubt arises in our mind, you see, while reading this doubt, where does the kamas come from? And if we do not get resolution of that question, then we may get stuck there. Or we may get a bit disturbed. That as to why are these disciples listening properly or not. Therefore, in order to remove that distraction or disturbance, Bhashyakara saw the need of clarifying this apparent dosha. Having done that, Prakrutam Chodyam Vivrinoti. Now Bhashyakara explains the questions which is under discussion. Yada ityadina. The line 31 says, Sarva Shabdena Va iti pathe Va Shabdascha Va Shabdana Cha arthe. So Sarva Shabdena Cha ukta or Sabda Shabdena Va. So Va means also Cha. Yachasya asti di uktasyeva Sarva Shabdena Prati Nirdishya Samahitatva ukte Tasya arthantara bhavena vikalpa anupatte. Yachasya iha asti iti uktasyeva Sarva Shabdena. So whatever this person has. So that was the explanation of the word sarva. Prati nirdishya samahitatva uktehe. And so sarva shabdena prati nirdishya. So what was said that whatever this person has and whatever does not have, sarvam samahitam. That itself meant sarvam. So first the teacher said that whatever this person has and whatever it does not have, saying that all of this, that means sarvam, all of that. So, sarva shabdena prati nirdishya. So, sarvam was again saying, repeating that. Whatever this person has and whatever he does not have is all contained. And so, then there was no need to say sarvam, but then teacher still said sarvam. Samahitatva uktehe tasya arthantar abhavena. Therefore, what this person has and what he does not have is sarvam. So other meaning has no scope there. So vikalpa anupatte. Why vikalpa? Va should not be there. That's sarva shabdena va uktaha. So that vikalpa, sarva shabdena va yadi pate, va shabda cha arthen. So Tikakara says va should be cha. Why? Va should be vikalpa. Either this or that. That vikalpa doesn't have a scope because asya yachasya asti is the same as sarvam. Therefore, they are not two different things. Therefore, they are not vikalpa or alternatives. Okay, now continuing the bhashya. Yada yasmin kale etat shariram brahmapurakyam jara varipalitadilakshana vayohanirva apnoti shastradina va vrukhnam pradhvamsate visramsate vinashyate kim tatah anyat atishishyate. Now, Bhashyakara comes to the topic under discussion. So, what was it? What is the question? Yada etat jarava apnoti pradhvamsateva. If this body is overtaken by old age, decrepitude, or the body gets killed and destroyed, then does anything remain? Because the space is within the body. If the body gets destroyed, does anything remain? Any residue is there? So the question is explained here. Yada means yasmin kale, etat means shariram brahmapurakyam. Here Brahmapura means shariram, by the way. So etat shariram, this body. So etat jarava apna. This is only pronoun, etat. So what does it mean? Bhashyakara says, etat shariram, this body. But old age and death only can apply to body. Therefore, Brahmapura, what was earlier said is Brahmapura, namely body. Jara avapnoti. In the old age, what is old age? Vali palita dilakshana. Vali means wrinkles. Palita means grey hair. So old age characterized by wrinkles and grey hair, etc. should take over this body. Meaning body should become old with wrinkles and grey hair. So vayohanirva, even if that doesn't happen, suppose, still vayohani, that old age has come to him. Meaning, most of his lifespan is now gone. He's come to the end of his lifespan. Shastradinama vrukram. Vrukram means chinnam. Shastradina. Suppose the body gets cut off by weapons. In a battle or something like that, if somebody murders him, kills him. Pradhvamsate, visramsate, vinashyate. So vrukram means pradhvamsate. Vrascha chedane. So this is the past participle of the root vrascha, which is chedane, which means to cut, to tear, to wound. So vrukram means that which is wounded, which is torn apart, which is cut. That's what vrukram means. So vrukram pradhvamsate, then it dies, gets destroyed. Visramsate, it gets disintegrated. Vinashyati, again, same, destroyed. Kim tatah anyat atishishyate. Tatah anyat, other than this body, does anything remain other than this body? So ashayanasat, ashayanasa shankate. That body is ashraya of that space. If the ashraya, the container, should be destroyed, should not the contain the space also be destroyed? See the Tika in the line 32. Etat jarava apnoti dilingat. Etat, because it is pronoun. Jarava apnoti, that etat becomes only the accusative case. That jara apnoti, that old age should actually come to this, Iti lingat. Linga means this Visheshanam is that this Brahmapuram is something that can be overtaken by old age. Brahmapura Shabdena Mukhyavritya Prathamopasthidam Sharirameva Edat Shabdena Paramrusyade. And therefore, Etat refers to Brahmapuram. But then, Brahmapura Shabdena Mukhyavritya Prathamopasthidam. Understand that by the word Brahmapura, the meaning was given here as a space within the heart, but that is a Lakshana Vritti. But the primary meaning described earlier, the main meaning was what? On the body. So Mukhya Vrittya. One is Mukhya Vritti, other is the Lakshana Vritti. So the primary meaning of the word Brahmapuram should be this body, as told earlier. Prathamopasthitam sharirameva etat shabdena paramrusyate. So when you use the word Brahmapuram, because earlier we have heard from the passage Brahmapuram in this body. So when the Shruti says Brahmapuram, what will you first strike in our mind? So, Prathamopasthitam, what strikes first in the mind is the body. That's a Mukhya Vritti, that's the primary meaning. So, Sharirameva etat shabdena paramrusyate. So, by the word etat is brought to memory or mind, that body, which is the main primary meaning of the word Brahmapura. Nu tadvara lakshanam antarakasham. But not the space in the heart which was implied by the word Brahmapura. Jaradi linga virotta, because of linga. Because the Brahmapuri is supposed to contain all of these, therefore it cannot be body. But since Brahmapura is overcome by first time word Brahmapuri had to be interpreted as a space within the heart. Second time, Brahmapuri is described as that which is subject to old age and death, then it cannot be space, therefore it is his body. So in both the cases, in first case, the Lakshyartha, the implied meaning was taken because of the linga, because of the qualification that Brahmapuri is that which contains everything. Second time, where Brahmapuri is interpreted as a body, again because of the indication or that, or qualification that it is subject to old age, decrepitude. Therefore, Nirtadvara Lakshitam Antara Jaradi Linga Virodha, because if we say that there is space, then space cannot get old. So, Etaditi, Bhashyakara said, Shariram Brahmapurakyam. Brahmapurakyam tad vachyam, tad lakshyam. So, again, Bhashyakara said, they did not clarify. So, Tikakara says, what is called Brahmapura is what? The body and not the space, which is the implied meaning. Vali palitari lakshana iti anantaram avapnoti iti padam drashtavyam. So, vali palitari lakshana jara avapnoti. And so, jara, the decrepitude, which is characterized by the wrinkles and old age, if that comes to this body. Pradvamsa hetudvayamaha. Why should the body get destroyed? Vayohanya, meaning that when the lifespan is over, then also the body will be destroyed. So body can die for more than one reasons. One is Vayohanya, because the lifespan is over, or Shastradinava, or some accident happens, an Akala Mrityu. Some accident happens, or somebody kills him, then also the death can happen. So two reasons are given for death. Okay. Then question is, Vinashari kim tatah atishishyadede. Please tell us what remains after that. Meaning, what can remain? That's a question. How will anything remain? If the Akasha is contained within a lotus, and lotus is contained in the body should die, get destroyed, what can remain? So again the question is clarified. Bhashyakara says, घटाश्रित क्षीर दधि स्नेहादिवत घटनाशे देहनाशेपि देहाश्रयम् उत्तरोत्तरम् पूर्वपूर्वनाशात् नश्यते इति अभिप्रायः. So what do these disciples mean, abhipraya? What is in their mind? What is the intent? With what intention they are asking? Ghatashita kshira snehadivat. In the olden days, there was a feeling, the ghata, the pots may be used as for containing or storing milk and curd and sneha, ghee, So all of these, they were stored in a pot. I don't think they had any metal, vessels those days. All clay or earthenware water vessels. So ghatanase, naturally, when that pot gets broken, all of that also will be spilled and destroyed. So the common understanding or common observation is that when the ashraya, the container such as ghata or a pot, gets destroyed, then what is contained in there also is lost. So, similarly, deha nashepi, so deha also, body also is like that pot in which something is contained, filled. Dehashrayam, uttarottaram, purupurnashat. So in the earlier, so there are so many containers here. When the earlier container gets destroyed, what is contained gets destroyed. When that gets destroyed, what is contained in that gets destroyed. So Tikakara says, Ghatanase tadashita kshiradari tailadinashavat. So sneha means tailam. So either milk or curd or oil Dehanashe tadgat pundarikana. This is just a dust here, I guess, nothing else. Dehanashe tadgata pundarikana. So Bhashyakara says Uttarottam Purupurnashad Nasha. Purupurnashad, the destruction of the earlier the container, what is contained gets destroyed. So Dehanashe tadgata pundarikana. So sequence will be when the Deha is destroyed or dies or destroyed, then the Pundarika, the lotus also will be destroyed. Tato dharakashanasha. And then when the lotus is destroyed, the space within the lotus also will be destroyed. Tat gata dhyava prasibhya. Then what is contained in the space, namely heaven and earth, all of that also will get destroyed. That is artha. That's the ityartha. That's the meaning there. So purvanasad nashyate. So all of this will be destroyed. What will happen? Iti abhipraya. That is the abhipraya or intended meaning intended by the disciples. So then Bhashyakara says, no, so anandi akashasya shishyamanato asankyaha. So when the ghata gets destroyed, you don't say everything is destroyed. The space, the pot space remains. So one may say that when the pot is destroyed, the pot space remains. Then the Bhashyakara example that the milk and the curd and the oil which is contained in that pot gets destroyed, So this container-contained relationship here. And that's a relationship here also. So then Bhashyakara says, Evam prapte nashe kim tatah anyad yathoktat atishishyade avatishtade na kinchana avatishtade ityabhiprayah. Evam prapte nashe. So in this manner, when the body is destroyed, then subsequently everything will be destroyed. Kim tada anyat yathoktat atishishyade. Tatam yathoktat nashadi sambandha. So when nasha, the body takes place, and subsequently everything also will be destroyed, Kim atishishyade means what remains. Avatishtade, what survives. So what remains or what survives? Other tika says, tatah yathoktaad nashad anyadit, same thing. So, because of this nasha or destruction, what else remains? Meaning, so again what the disciples mean is, na kinchana avatishtade abhipraya. The disciple, we don't think anything will remain. So when the body gets destroyed, all of this also will get destroyed, nothing will remain. So what are you going to meditate upon? So that is a question here which needs to be clarified. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.